Hey guys, it's Kobe Onadera from the KOEM digital team. For nearly most of my life, I've been pretty active in sports. Keeping my body moving has helped me maintain a rather healthy lifestyle. But now in my early 20s, I'm quickly learning that it's never too soon to get a checkup and prevent any injuries, especially when you're in active sports like I am. This November, we linked up with Dr. Judd Dawson, IHP. He says exercising should look different for those in their 20s versus those in their 50s or 60s.
And so balanced exercise routines should include an appropriate amount of aerobic activity. And that also depends partly on your goals. If you're a distance runner, you're going to have a little more aerobic activity than someone that's competing in the world's strongest man.
Even if you aren't trying to be the world's strongest man, he says strength and flexibility training is just as important. It also prevents injury as we get older.
As we age, we also want to continue weight training, which is what it seems like a lot of people always want to concentrate on. And that should start in your teens, and it should continue through all the way until your 90s, because that helps prevent spine injuries, it helps promote spine health, it helps keep your bones strong, and just your body's overall ability to function. People trip and fall down more as they get older because they're weaker and they have less a chance at catching themselves. The stronger you are as you get older, the less chance you have of falling down.
But sometimes there's just no hiding from getting injured while playing either on the field or on the mat. It happens. So how soon can you get back to your game or working out after an injury? Pro tip, listen to your body.
For a return to play after an injury is going to depend on your age. When you are young, you tend to bounce back a little quicker. More so if it's a bony injury than a ligamentous injury. Sprains often take longer to heal than fractures. And as you get older, all of those time frames get stretched out. Also at play at how quickly you can return is what state of health you were in prior to becoming injured. The better shape you're in prior to getting an injury, usually the quicker you can return. Also, as you're returning, the advice I would give is take it easy, build up your abilities as you go, and kind of let your body guide you. If your pain is increasing as you're increasing your exercise cadence, you're doing it too quickly and need to back off a little bit. And don't forget to include flexibility training, like we've talked about, and also exercise the other muscle groups. Make sure that your whole body is strong, because that's going to help prevent getting a different injury later on, which is what I see a lot of people have happen.
Keeping your body active and moving is also a benefit for those who may not be into sports.
It helps lower your blood pressure. So if you have some level of high blood pressure, if it's not driven by your genetics, you may be able to get your blood pressure to normalize by losing a little weight, exercising more, especially aerobic exercise. Next up, it improves your bone health, decreases your chances of having a fracture as you get older, being in good shape. It improves your balance, kind of as we've already discussed, and that you're less likely to fall down in the first place. Lowers your blood sugar. It helps prevent diabetes.
But let's face it, in today's world, being a man comes with its own set of misconceptions, especially for men into fitness.
Men, we're trained as kids, you got to slug it out. You get back up, brush it off, and keep going. And to some extent, that's correct.
Doc adds what you eat is also just as important.
The youngest person to have a heart attack was 20 years old.
Wow.
And that was actually in India, not even in a Western diet. Western diets are just as bad.
And signs that you should pay attention to if you think you're going down a rather unhealthy path?
You'll get shorter breaths sooner than you think. And that's for heart and lung health both. You'll start getting chest pain, chest pressure, or it just doesn't feel right. Your heart will skip beats. You'll get pain or pressure in your left arm and you didn't work that out. It just doesn't make sense. Sometimes you'll just get pain in your jaw, sometimes pain in your neck, especially on the left side. And if you're diabetic, your nerves tend to have neuropathy inside your body, just like in your hands and feet. So you can get what's called an autonomic neuropathy. So you won't even feel the heart attack happen. And you'll just start vomiting for no reason when you exercise. That's your body trying to tell you that you have a heart problem.
The minimum he recommends is at least 15 minutes of working out, like squats or push-ups while either in the shower or maybe during a commercial break, even while watching your favorite shows or a game. Finally, Dr. Dawson adds it's common for men between 20 and 45 to develop testicular cancer, so remember to get checked regularly.
If they only have one testicle in their scrotum, they should go talk to their doctor about that, because that can predispose them to testicular cancer. And oftentimes about age 15 or so is when it really starts picking up. And so what I advise people to do is start rolling your testicles back and forth between your fingers in the shower, because you have to be down there scrubbing anyway. Make sure there's no new lumps or bumps on there. And then if there are, come talk to a provider. We're used to looking at them. Please don't be embarrassed. I can't even tell you how many hundreds of thousands of everything I've seen. So don't be squeamish. It might save your life.
Health Check is brought to you locally by Island Cancer Center.